welcome to our review of the Helinox Chair Zero, which at 495 grams is one of the lightest chairs with back support on the market. Now this thing should really come with a warning though. If you take it backpacking, serious hikers will make fun of you. But if you can bear the shame, I think you'll find that there is something to be said for comfort on the trail. Also, as it turns out, there are actually a fair number of daily life situations where this kind of chair comes in quite handy. At festivals, on the beach, when you're out fishing, in packed trains, the list goes on. And I have set enough proverbial miles on this thing to feel okay about having paid €100 for it, though I still think it's on the expensive side. It has a 5-year warranty, which I appreciate in any product made to support up to 240 times its own weight. So I'm a happy customer, and I would recommend it to people with the same use case, but it does have some issues that you should know about if you're thinking about getting one. And most of them, unsurprisingly, have to do with the fact that Helinox made it as light as possible. So here's what you should know. Number one, it is designed for your feet to support part of the weight. So you have to sit in it in a certain way, not like a regular chair allowing you to sit in 100 different ways. The only way to make this work is with your feet out, flat on the ground or extended all the way, and by kind of shifting your weight just so. Mind you, I'm not saying that this is an uncomfortable sitting position, just that it's not very flexible.
Oh ja. Man, hier kom ik van heel de avond niet meer uit, ja.
Niet omdat hij zo goed is, maar ik kan gewoon niet recht staan.
Number two, all your weight is on the knobs of these 4 little feet. And while that isn't a big deal on hard surfaces, once you go off-road or to the beach or on muddy terrain, you'll have to be careful where and how do you set it down. If I know I'm on softer terrain, I'll usually feel around and support with my hands while sitting down, just in case, because if you sit down in that position and the back feet sink into the ground, well, you may find yourself in a different kind of YouTube video. Now, Helinox does sell a couple of accessories that improve stability. One is a ground sheet, another is a set of ball feet, and lastly, an intriguing set of rocking feet that turn it into a rocking chair. Now, I haven't tested those, I'm sure they work, but they also seem, I don't know, maybe a bit on the heavy and expensive side, and also just one more thing to carry. I don't know. The fact is that I don't usually really mind the feet sinking into the ground a little, as long as it all stays kind of level. But I do like to set the chair up inside my tent when it's raining, and in those situations, you need something that distributes the weight enough not to damage the floor of your tent. So I've been known to just put the feet on top of my camp shoes or my insoles or my cooking pot, whatever works. All this just to say, if you don't feel like paying up for the Helinox accessories, a little creativity goes a long way. How long does it take to set up? Well, with some practice, it takes between 20 and 30 seconds to set up. That's not very long, and it's never been an issue for me, but I used to take this Decathlon tripod stool with me. That was a lot faster, and I did use it more often, like when somebody was consulting a map or, I don't know, taking a leak. Then if I felt like it, I just sat down, backpack and all. The Helinox is more of a thing that you use in camp or when you're taking a longer break. Okay, let's talk about alternatives. There's not that much on the market in my experience that quite ticks the boxes of weight and comfort as well as the Chair Zero does. However, if you don't mind a bit more weight, I will say that there are a lot of knockoffs on the market of these kinds of folding chair designs that actually look a lot like the Helinox Chair 1, which, as you might guess, is the Chair Zero's bigger brother. Those knockoffs can be had for about €30, and my experience with those is that if you can live with the weight, which comes in at about 950 grams, they're actually a bit nicer to sit in than the Chair Zero, because the Helinox is more finely made, but there's only so much stability that you can get from such a light package. I was just thinking that there is one out-of-the-box alternative that might in some ways fit into the middle of that Venn diagram, and that's inflatables. Now, I don't think I've ever actually seen an inflatable chair at a hiking campsite, and I do think you'd probably need a ground sheet of some kind to keep it from being punctured, but as Steve is so elegantly demonstrating here, it doesn't necessarily take a lot of time. You don't need a pump, and I figure this could work on some use cases. Just don't use it near the fire, or you could end up in that other YouTube video. Okay, not to gossip, I don't know Helinox very well. I mean, I'm a customer, I get their newsletters and promotional emails, but it's kind of a weird company to me, because even though they have a niche product that does a great job of being as functional as possible for the weight, they're always launching new collaborations with fashion brands, and they have these pictures with models set on their little chairs and with their ultralight tables. I'm not knocking, mind you, I'm very curious about the intended audience for these things. Perhaps they are the same people who are interested in this €3,000 North Face Louis Vuitton collaboration. The high fashion hikers, I'm so intrigued. I've yet to meet them. I'm sure they are very nice people. If we ever come across them on the trail, I promise we will do a whole video about them. Alright, that's it for me. I like sitting, I'm doing it right now, and probably most of you are too. I especially like sitting at the end of a long hike, and so the Helinox Chair Zero is staying in my backpack for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.